Hello everyone, SciencePyro7 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mattel's newest pterosaur, their Jurassic World Rebirth aerial ambush Quetzalcoatlus. So actually, quite like Jurassic World Dominion's release, or at least with it, I was incredibly hyped to get their new Quetzalcoatlus figure, and, well, I was equally so here. In fact, both times it was Quetz is one of the first new animals I got out of each series. So I think this is my fourth new Jurassic World Rebirth figure, and Quetzalcoatlus was also, I think, within the top 5. It is one of my favorite pterosaurs, so it kind of makes sense why I'd want it as much as I did. Before we get to the figure itself, obviously I like to look at the box when it comes to a figure I have the box for. The Jurassic World Rebirth logo. Some little blips as to what it can do. It's how big the figure is. It comes with a bonus game on the Facts app, or Play app, I guess. It's the same thing. I've just always called it the Facts app. The Quetzalcoatlus design on the box. Its name, with Jurassic World Rebirth release, Mattel actually did do a very minor change with the box. They gave different languages in terms of aerial ambush, or whatever action feature it is. And sometimes a different language of the name, which I don't really like. I'm not against it or anything, but they've always put different languages for that action feature and the name itself on the back of the box. So I'm not sure why they did that on the front for their 2025 Rebirth line. And I also don't know why they shrunk the letters, as in they're not all caps anymore, whereas they have been for the past 6 years? No, 7 years. Yeah, including the Chaos Theory line. But that's my biggest complaint with the box. The background is cool, and on the back it just shows more stuff that it can do. So I did get the instructions out. Unlike their Utahraptor, it does come in 2 pieces, or 2 pages, like almost all of their other roaring guys do. So I do appreciate them doing this. And it just shows the action features, which I will be getting into. And then battery replacement, so basic stuff. And here's the figure itself. It's not bad. I actually genuinely do like this Quetzalcoatlus figure. Although I don't like the design of the animal in the movie as much as I do Jurassic World's Dominion's Quetz, I love this figure more than my other 3, if you include the mini action, but like other 2 major line Quetz figures. This one is a lot better in my opinion. Admittedly, its head shape is not good. It did not have, in real life, Quetzalcoatlus nothropi did not have this weird shape on its head. I guess you could call it like a little crest or something. It did have a singular small, typically rectangular. I say typically because I don't think the exact shape is known, but it's usually depicted as a short rectangular crest on the back of its head. And that's it. None of this. The amount of pycnofibers, or fuzz, or technically pterosaur feathers, on its body, however, is very, very good. Very, very fuzzy, which, although I think might be a little pushing it in terms of amount on something with a 40-foot wingspan, but it's good. I can't complain with the amount of fuzz they have added. The eye is overall really, really small. In fact, it's not that bad of a color either. It's mostly black with some pale silverish? Not pale, but like lighter gray striping on the neck. Tannish gray on the beak, and then some dark yellow on the little keel thing. Kind of reminds me of something like Tropeognathus or one of those guys has, but not in terms of positioning, not really shape though. The eye itself is dark yellow, surrounded by a little bit of red. I think it's also actually painted on and not just the main model figure, so that's kind of cool. A lot of larger pycnofibers here in the back of the head. The pycnofibers appear to go most of the way down the wing, maybe stopping at the hand joint. Not really sure there. But now, speaking of hand joint, that's one of my complaints. Quetzalcoatlus, like all pterosaurs, this is actually a very accurate wing structure. You have the, what's the upper arm bone? Is that the humerus? I think that's the humerus. And then you have the one that comes after this. I'm not very good at anatomy. But you've got the upper arm, lower arm, and then this is its hand, finger, and then fourth finger. That's how pterosaurs work. And so the fingers here sticking off as much as they do, it's not very accurate. And the fourth finger here seems comparatively short. I do understand that Mattel did this to make it, stand properly, but still, it's not the most accurate. They should just stick off from the hand like most of their other pterosaur figures. However, the fact that they did this, I appreciate very much, so I'll get into that very soon. And the tail is nice and short, as Darkids did not have long tails. And the legs are a tad bit more muscular than I genuinely think they should be. But that's hold on, are there pycnofibers on its belly? Oh, okay, I forgot one coloration detail. Its throat is red. And yes, there are pycnofibers on its belly. Actually, hold on. Okay, good, I didn't throw the box that far away. This design is not 100% accurate. It appears to need to be more blue around its head. And the beak overall is a slightly different color, especially up here. And the wings aren't blue on the underside either, but that's the best Mattel could do with this fabric. And this is actually fabric on the wings, for the sake of the action feature, and I actually like how they didn't go full on the exact same detail on the fabric, where it's a lot more veiny, I guess you could say, a lot more real detailed on the top and less so on the underside. That's pretty nice. So yeah, overall, I like the Quetzalcoatlus design. Articulation, it does not do a lot. The hands, or the fingers, I guess, can move up and down and twist in a 360. I think they're on a ball and socket joint. I think that's what you would call this. Both of them can, which is very good. I'll explain why in a quick bit. The feet, the feet. I think pterosaurs were plantigrade. I'm not really sure. But the feet can move, also 360. I believe also ball and socket joint. Very cool. The legs can move quite a good amount, actually. Forwards, anyway. Yeah, not really backwards. That makes sense, though. The head can do a little bit side to side. Not a lot. And it can do a lot more up and down, which also is very good in terms of one of the action features as seen on the instructions and on the box. And that's it in terms of articulation. It's not a lot, but given one of the action features, it's enough. Hold on, there's the scan code. I think I'm actually going to try out the extra little game. Oh, I got it to stand. Wow, that's cool. But I think I'm going to try that game on the Fax app that they're talking about. I didn't know it came with one. But so there is a speaker slot on its belly, which correlates to the first button on its back. It's got 3 different sounds. They don't sound to be pteranodon sounds, which is good. From the very little screen time we see of Quetzalcoatlus in Dominion, I don't think it is the Dominion Quetz either. It very well could be the Rebirth Quetz's sounds. Yeah, I'm not recognizing these pterosaur sounds. But thankfully, for me anyway, all 3 sounds are in the exact same order every time. So whenever I like to, if I were to like make it interact with any of my other animals, I know what order it's going to be, so I can adjust the mouth to said sound. So yeah, that's nice, And second off, the other action feature I've been praising so much is the wings fold inwards, which means you can move the head down, twist the fingers like so. If this one will do it, there we go. And then adjust the feet so that The feet are a little bit harder to adjust, genuinely. They don't seem to stand quite as well. Okay, on the carpet, it doesn't look that bad. But you can just adjust it to do this, and you have yourself an accurately standing pterosaur, more or less, given the hand and the fingers stick out that much. But you have more or less an accurate standing pterosaur. I don't know what took Mattel 7 years to make this. They could have done it with their previous Quetzalcoatlus figures, even if they do have action features attached with wings. So does this guy, actually. But before I do that, I'd like to point out that although the headpiece does move, the mouth opening and roars still work. All the way, actually. And I also noticed this give me a good time to showcase the inside of the mouth. Unlike their Pteranodon figures and Tapehara figures, they did not... No. Yeah, they did not give it teeth, which is good. I say unlike, because those guys probably... Pteranodon for sure, Tapehara most likely did not have teeth either, and yet they gave both of those guys teeth. So, big, nice, toothless beak. The tongue is sticking up a little bit. That's kind of cool. And the other action features on the back button, when you press that, the wings stick outwards. And I absolutely love it, this figure, for that exact reason. It's a, as you can tell, quick movement, and it is not that terrible in terms of accuracy. In terms of how an Ashdarkid would actually get off the ground, I think. Basically, they would have jumped and spread their wings like this, and then flown away. So that's not terrible at all. I love the fact that Mattel made Quetzalcoatlus actually do this. I would have preferred it if they're... Actually, I don't really know. I like their Dominion Quetz figure. It's not awful. I would have preferred it if they had made a different Ashdarkid and given it such a feature prior to this, like Hatzegopteryx or Thanatos Draken. I think that would be cool for them to make. Especially given Thanatos Draken is, for whatever reason, in Jurassic World Evolution 2 as a DLC animal. I'm not sure why they picked that guy. But overall, yeah. This is more or less what this Quetz figure does. It roars, or shrieks, whatever pterosaur noises were, and its wings spread. And I love it for that. So that's really about all there is in terms of this figure. It's not a particularly whole lot, but it's a lot more than I was expecting it to be based on pictures and videos. So I love it for that. Now let me do the scan code thing. All right, got the facts app here. Who's the dinosaur of the week? That is not a dinosaur. That's Torvoneustes? I still don't really know how to pronounce this guy. Oceanic crocodile, similar to Dacosaurus. Sounds about right. I'm not really sure much about this guy. Hold on, let me scan Quetz real quick. There we go, finally got it. Took a little longer than I thought it would. An extra life, okay. So, here it is. It's not that pretty good in terms of figure accuracy, I'd have to argue. Does it? Let's see, what's its info? Wait, pig. Is that a normal pig or is that like a boar? Because Quetzalcoatlus weighed 440 pounds-ish. Around there anyway. I typically go with 440 because that's what I've always heard. Not too sure if that's how much that pig weighs, but... Okay. Let's go to the games section. I'm curious to know what this is about. I've got Quetz. Okay, there's Titanosaurus, which I can already play, even if I don't have that guy yet. Mosasaurus, I need the Mosasaurus to get that, but I just got Quetzalcoatlus, so let's try flying in the infinite sky. Oh, okay, it's one of these. Got some pteranodons as obstacles. Rhamphorhynchus? No, that was Thupungaka. This is pretty similar to the little game thing that was on that they have for the Chaos Theory wave. Their Allosaurus set, or Allosaurus figure, not really set. I'm gonna guess I just go until I hit something or run out of lives, because I'm currently at like 400 some meters. Oh no, why'd I do that? Plants? Where? Oh, I need to go. Okay, throw new obstacles at me. I'm gonna guess duck. Yep. Okay. Oh wait, do I need to go until I capture the Quetz? Because I'm seeing up in the upper left corner. That's what it's like locked. So do I need to find it and capture it, or do I actually just go until I run out of lives? Oh, there was our Ornithic Iris. Thapungaka's back. Man, this is actually kind of fun. Easy, but fun. Who put the pteranodons there? They weren't kidding when they said endless skies. Oh no! Okay. Oh no, I should have ducked there. Oh. Man. I got pretty far. Open map. What's this? Oh. Oh, this is... Go ahead. Go and try to capture the DNA. Redeem reward. What am I doing? Nice. Yeah, it's raining out there. Don't mind. Redeem reward. Travel to a new location. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do there, but I'm going to come across the Quetz 2 other times, once there and once over here. Seems to be picking up a lot of other bonuses, I guess, along their way. Actually, I come across it there as well, but I don't know what that means. So, yeah, that was actually kind of fun. The game was enjoyable. It was this one. This Ride and Rampage, which has the Therizinosaurus on it. But previously they had Allosaurus on it from Chaos Theory Season 1. And it's basically just ride a motorcycle, dodge things. Similar thing to this, but I think that actually is endless, whereas this seems to have like little levels or something. But so yeah, that was the aerial ambush Quetzalcoatlus figure. It has gotten really dark now. It's raining quite a bit out there. Oh, I just noticed there's Titanosaurus in Australia and Quetzalcoatlus in South Africa. What about Mosasaurus? Where's that guy? There's the crocodile guy. Okay, no Mosasaurus here. What's this? Ah, track and release mission. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that in a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, this was the new Quetz figure they got. And the game was fun. So that's really about it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be really aiming to get the Mosasaurus figure sometime soon. See ya.